Good morning, beautiful people.
Good morning.
Oh, yeah.
Steve,
Morning.
Thanks, Dan.
welcome back to the call, Jalen. How you feeling?
Slightly better. I'm COVID negative, so that's a start, right?
Hey, man, that's a
Yeah.
positive. I'm going to celebrate somebody this morning. Tiffany, you're doing great on social media, girl. Keep it up. So,
Thank you.
I came across her Instagram, and I just looking at, loving the stuff she's putting up. Good videos, good content, getting some information, and then a call to action. So great stuff. Keep it up. Well, it is Wednesday. This week has thrown everyone off. The fact that we have Martin Luther King Day. I hope you guys enjoyed your day off and you utilize the extra time to connect with people. I've got something I want to talk about, but I want to see if you guys had any wins, any celebrations, anything you're proud of before we jump into that.
Lot of studying, man. A lot of studying.
Lots of stuff for you. You should be halfway done by now.
Pretty close.
Get knocked out, get moving. Anything else? Any topics you want me to cover before I jump into my spiel? Glad to see you guys are super talkative this morning. Hey, it's okay. Sometimes the inmates run the asylum, and sometimes I do.
We did that yesterday. Now today is you. You have the floor back.
Today is me. I got the floor back. Give me the talking stick. All right, here's my talking stick. I got my talking stick. So, where does your value come from? Not a rhetorical question.
As a realtor? Oh, okay. Value comes from knowledge. It comes from experience. It comes from asking questions to bring those answers that may surface with your client.
Okay. Anyone other than Tina?
Navigating those hard to, I guess, hard to explain situations with your clients.
Okay. Keep going. Someone else.
The level of service you provide and to be able to kind of foresee issues in the future and already have the solutions.
Okay. All right. Keep going.
Well, bringing in one solution so they have options and letting them know that it's their call of what they want to do.
What else?
Well, being brand new, I'm not bringing the things that Tina described, but I will get there. But I'm bringing my own experiences and my ability to connect with people and be present and be a strong listener.
Okay. Anything else you guys can think of?
Objectivity and negotiation.
Okay.
Nina, you look like you're talking to us, but we can't hear you.
Comes from the interacting with the group with Dan yelling at us.
Okay. Your value comes from me yelling at you. All right. Other than Nina's example, were those internal or external factors?
Oh.
Tell me more. Let's break it down. Is your knowledge of what you're doing internal or external?
External.
Internal and you share it.
It's internal, right, Stephanie? Where does knowledge come from?
Your mind. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to get it. Like you coming from a school environment, right? Teaching, you have to learn it to then teach it. So at first it's external. That's helping you change the internal. But then once you forge the inside, the value can then be reverberated out without ever having an external input. It's from within. What about having solutions, external or internal?
Both.
Wrong.
Well, if I come up with a solution, also using my knowledge of them.
Is that then the knowledge you've already gained that's now coming from within is an idea you formulated from inside your head?
All right, I gotcha.
What about service, internal or external?
Service would be external, in my
Wrong.
opinion.
You are providing the service from inside to an external entity. There's a method to my madness here. We're gonna get there. Past experiences, internal or external?
Past experience.
External. Internal.
Past experiences were external, which then taught you and you learned a lesson, which now is something that has changed you at your core, and now you are infinitely different because of it. And when you do something based on a past experience, you're doing something from within. What I'm getting at here, people, does the value come from inside or out?
Inside.
Inside.
Inside
Inside.
first, yeah.
inside. Now we're all on the same page, right? How many agents do you think I talk to a week that struggle with the value proposition coming externally?
Oh, hundreds.
Hundreds, right? But the majority of agents see their value as an external thing, not an internal thing. You guys
I mean,
all
I
love,
can see why.
yeah, we do, because we expose ourselves to thinking it's externally influenced. Our brand, our haircuts, the way we dress, who we talk to, all of these things are external influences. But the filter that they run through is us. Keller Williams doesn't mean dog water if it doesn't filter through a good lens. This class, me yelling at you, right? That's external. Doesn't do anything unless you take it, embody it within your brain, shake it around within the Tina cocktail of life, and sport it back out there. You are the value in your business. Why do you think real estate agents get paid so much?
Because they actually bring a great value to the table, expertise, area knowledge of financing, etc. The training.
We help people solve very complex problems. That's why somebody at McDonald's that's handing you your double McMuffins and a chocolate milkshake in the morning gets paid $15 an hour. Not a high level of solution. You go to a monitor, you yell at it, they get your order wrong, they give you a bag of food, you leave. Pretty simple transaction. Repeatable, 1,000 times an hour, not very much stress involved. Why do doctors get paid exponentially more?
It's all about knowledge.
Yeah, is it the knowledge? Are the solutions they provide more valuable? Look at it this way. DoorDash brings you food and you are solved hunger for the moment. A farmer grows food, solves hunger for an entire community. Who should get paid more? Exactly.
The farmer.
Right? I know farmers that make millions of dollars a year. You'd never know it.
Absolutely.
Does anyone bitch about a farmer making $1 million a year?
No, because he's taking care of millions.
Because people don't want to do the work. People don't think it's easy.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you've ever dug a trench, planted wheat, thrown hay bales, right? All the things that farmers do daily. There's a reason Jacob is built like a brick shithouse. Because his family is farmers. You guys ever meet Jacob in person, you know what I'm talking about. The dude has to walk sideways into a door. Shoulders are so wide. But his whole family is farmers. It grew up that way. But the thing is, it's hard work and people don't want to do it. It's physical. People don't realize it. Well, it's a lot of mental. It's a lot of planning, a lot of technology. But what there isn't of is a ton of visibility on it. Do realtors have a ton of visibility? Are we constantly called in front of the media and our values challenged, our incomes challenged, our compensation challenged? All you did is put a sign in the ground. Why are you getting $15,000? Well, listen here, Linda. It's not about the sign in the ground. It's not about the contract I filled out. It's the hundreds or thousands of hours of preparation, building who I am, building that internal well of gold that allowed me to do it. You're selling a $500,000 house. You're not going to walk into a McDonald's and say, "Hey, Peter, come here, come put your sign in the ground. Let's go." There's going to be a value barrier between who you decide and who you don't. That's where agents lose, is where they feel like their value is not internalized. They feel like their value has to be externalized. I love how Stephanie said that. She's new to this business, but she's bringing her experiences from the past. Raise your hand if you were born yesterday. Thank you. No smart asses today. Oh, there it is. There it is. Every one of us have experiences, whether it be directly related to real estate, or directly related to sales, directly related to customer service, or I can argue just about any position or employment you've ever had has a trait, a characteristic, a skill, or some kind of task that you've done that directly relates to the job of doing real estate. It may not have been packaged the same, But a babysitter, that's the only job they've ever had, a babysitter. Do they have value to bring to real estate?
Absolutely.
What is it?
Nurturing and care.
Nurturing
Yeah.
and care, right? Let me ask you this. Is the babysitter you pick for your family somebody you trust?
Absolutely.
Isn't trust one of the things that is highly thought of in real estate agents? They have to be trustworthy, right? Doesn't that go with like, now, don't we have something that's directly core to who we are that's now a great value piece to real estate? I hate hearing that realtors make too much money. We don't. We get paid a professional fee for a level of service that a lot of people cannot provide. The dudes and girls on Wall Street that make millions and millions of dollars every day just trading paper back and forth, right? They get scrutinized for how much they get paid too. But what are they creating for the world?
Wealth.
Wealth. Okay. What are you as a real estate professional creating?
Wealth.
Thank you, Maura. Are we seeing a connection here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your value is 100% dependent on how you filter the information you get in life, where you've come from, what you've seen, what you've experienced, all the things that you are and are not. Factor in to how much you get paid. Take some time to sit down today and go through all of your past experiences, all of your jobs, your employments, your hobbies, the things that have challenged you to grow and develop and become a better person. And how does that relate to real estate? You may have been in this business for 5, 10, 15, 100 years, doesn't matter to me, or day one. You're going to find a piece of value that you were missing, something that you thought needed to be external that was inside all along. Yeah, I know I'm spewing some metaphorical, hey, this is great, rah, rah, you're amazing type of person, but you need to remember that you are. There is a lot of lawsuits going on right now. People that are fighting real estate commissions, people that are fighting everything, but they're not realizing that we're just the newest target. We've always been in the limelight because people in the media and HGTV make it really easy to be a real estate agent. Anybody that graduated high school with a C or better that can tie their shoes can get a real estate license. There's kind of a low barrier to entry. I get it. That's why there's probably some people out there that make the profession look a little less desirable than we'd like. But the reality is we get to shine past those people. In spite of those people, we get to show the world what it means to be a value add. I'm not charging, I'm collecting a fee because I've already earned it. My professional value comes at a professional cost. Anyone ever hired a contractor that wasn't quite a contractor and had to have the work redone? Right?
Absolutely.
Because the work, right, it was cheap. You
Yeah.
know, a guy that did it for less, but what did it wind up costing in the long run?
Yeah, double.
Yeah, if not more.
Or yeah.
My dad always had a great saying. He's, it's better to cry once than to whimper the rest of your life. And I believe in that is you buy the value, you invest in the things that are right now. It may be more expensive than doing the alternative, but when you buy quality or you hire quality, you end up in a better place after all. So if you don't feel like you're quality, then let's get some more external to fortify the internal. Scripts and role play, mindset, motivation stuff, your classes, your education, your training, go to seminars, hang around people that are doing more than you. Keller Williams is a company that is 100% built on models and systems. A model and a system is, let's go and model something else, right? Model, if you think a model airplane, is a smaller version of the big thing. It looks almost the exact same, it's just smaller. Well, in Keller Williams, the model is we're going to follow somebody that's more successful than we are, doing the things that we want to do, making the money that we want to make, living the life that we want to live. So let's start adopting their mentalities, their belief systems, their habits, so that our lives look a lot like theirs, just a little smaller right now. And over time, those lives will grow, won't they? And then the systems
Mhm.
are the systematic things that you can do on repeat. Does McDonald's has a system? Yeah, they
Absolutely.
literally just they spend millions of dollars for engineers that are big brained to come up with these systems of how to be more efficient to get your burger out the window as fast as possible. And they time every single one. That's why you see the McDonald's people get all freaked out when something goes awry. They're like, no, I need this. Where's that? And like we're down to 3 seconds. And they freak out on you. Well, because
The genius of it is, though, they don't need a cook. They can hire the high school kid because every burger is cooked exactly the same.
Same way. Mhm.
the
Out
system,
here, they've gone automated on their.
a lot of it can be
ones they're
automated. The whole
building.
damn thing could be automated. But here's the thing: when the system's in place, the person doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this: can real estate be sold on a system? Because every house is the same, every situation's the same, every buyer and seller are the
No
same.
way.
No, sir.
Absolutely not.
So are we in a people business?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So our systems are what keep us in line, keep us on track, keep us efficient, so that we can do more and more business. You cannot take the human element out of a human-based business. However, I can take the people out of a system.
Yes.
And that's
Right.
where you get efficiency. So systems and models, right? Let's model the people. Let's do the things that the more successful, more wealthy, more happy, thinner, more healthy, all these people are doing. If that's what you want, go model the behavior of somebody that's doing more. And in that, you will learn, you will externalize a lot of the things that they're doing to be able to foster and fortify the internal value that you will then be able to present to potential clients and sellers.
Makes sense.
I told you I had something to run on today. You guys better know when I tell you I got something, it's going to be a good one.
That's
Man, I've been
a
a
great
lot for
one.
a particular client that we're looking for properties. A lot of co-op fee, the commission that's being paid at 0, 1, or 2%.
No, call. Here's the thing: call up the other listing agent. Say, hey, if I bring you a well-qualified buyer, will you pay me 3%? Call them straight up and ask. And here's why I say that. I've been talking about this value thing is because there is a world of agents out there that do not spend a fucking minute in a class like this or call like this or any type of development to help them be better at their craft. Not a single ounce of development.
Yep.
They are floating along the winds like reeds in a wheat field. That's all they're doing. They're standing in one place, just swaying back and forth, hoping they get something, right? Oh, okay. You don't want to pay the buyer's commission. Okay, we'll just take a 3% listing and the buyers can figure it out. Wrong. The market's going to play back. If I bring a buyer to you and you're not paying a buyer commission, that's okay. I'm going to charge my buyer commission, but I'm also going to hit you with a 3% seller concession so that it pays for that buyer's commission.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The market will respond. And the thing is agents like us that are on these calls and talk about it and have these actual masterminds to build a bigger model for you to live in, understand it. But the ones that aren't doing it are just out there just clicking a box and hoping and praying. The market is shifted. There are less deals going down. There are less agents in the market. You know what? That's a beautiful thing. If you're brand new and you hear that the market is a troubling market, I'm okay with it. I would rather learn to run in mud and have to walk on sidewalks afterwards than vice versa.
Yep.
Build the strength now so that you don't need it. You're always going to be stronger than competition. There's a great YouTube video out there. If you Google it, it's learn to do hard better.
Can you repeat that?
Go ahead.
Can you repeat that?
Learn to do hard better.
Okay.
It may not be the exact name, but that'll get you what you're looking for. It's a high school basketball coach. And everyone's talking about when I get through high school, life will be easier. When I get through college, life will be easier. When I get my license, life will be easier. When I sell this next house, life will be easier. When I lose 20 pounds, life will be easier. No, life never gets easier. You just learn to do the hard better. You get stronger. I used to talk to my wife and when we weren't married yet about how life would be easier when this, and this happened, until I learned that it wasn't about life getting easier. It was about us being stronger.
Yep.
It was about us internalizing the external struggle to get stronger so that value within drove a lot harder. Because if you're waiting for external influences to say you are good enough, you're going to get burned out because some days the emotional wake of the people that are giving you that validation isn't there.
Right.
Like, I'm not here on the weekends. If you get charged up on my call and go out there and, you know, charge the battlefield, and then you're just waiting and praying for the next morning to get your next battle charge, that's not going to work. My job is to make you not need me.
Yeah.
That's it. I know that I am working myself out of a job every day. But that's my success. When you wake up in the morning and you put both feet on the ground and you can feel the value and you can feel that charge because it comes from within, do you think external circumstances will slow you down? Like the market and people and buyers agents not being paid and sellers putting low commissions on shit.
Yeah.
When the value and motivation come from within, external doesn't have nearly as much effect. 90% of life is not what happens to you, it's how you respond to it. So in that, learn everything as a lesson. Either I win or I learn. Write that down. Either I win or I learn. The most successful people in the world have a proclivity about losing. They don't lose because either they win or they learn, but they don't stop. We all have affirmations. We all have, you know, positive powering beliefs that we say to ourselves and mantras and all this other BS. It doesn't matter until you put it to work. The value that you put into the world comes from the value you feel within. So if you're in a low value energy, a low value state, who can change that?
Only you.
Only you. You may watch a YouTube video and be like, oh, I'm in a better mood now. But the reality is it wasn't the YouTube video that made you happy. It distracted your inner self from continuing to talk down upon you. And you moved past it, you went back into power. You went back into your value. And Jacob put in the chat here is that which we persist in doing becomes easier for us. Not that the nature of the thing has changed, but our power to do so is increased. I don't remember who's the story about the guy that carries an ox every day from the day he was born.
Yeah, Greek story. I don't remember the name though.
Yeah, look it up. You'll know what I'm talking about. This guy, it's, you know, to summarize the story is every morning he wakes up from the day this ox is born until now. And the kid and the guy grew up, the ox and the guy grew up together. And every day this guy had to carry the ox every day. So as he was growing, the ox was growing. And every day he carried the ox. And every day he picked up the ox. And every day the ox and him were growing. And at the end of it, he was a full-size Greek god carrying a full-size Greek ox. Like it was nothing. Your strength and value to do the things in this business come from everyday execution. If you do something now and you set your mind to today to do something now for the next 100 days, you will be surprised at how easy it is. Have a listing presentation by yourself or with a client or in front of a friend, family member, or Zoom it with another agent across the country. Every day between now and 100 days from now, you do 100 listing presentations. Tell me you don't start picking up more damn listings. You're going to come into bigger problems. Like, I don't have enough lock boxes. I don't have enough yard signs. I need to hire an assistant.
That would be a good problem to have.
In the car business, we used to say things like, the top salespeople used to make jokes about lower salespeople want our problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want our problems. Because my problems are a direct reflection of the success I've had. Remember, comes from within. But you are responsible for filling that bucket. Go find the value to fortify who you are. Because the value you get out of this business is the value that you provide. Not because of your brand, not because of your logo, not because of your slogan, not because of your damn haircut. None of it matters as much as this. Did you learn something today?
Absolutely.
Always.
I had to make up from yesterday not yelling at you for 30 minutes, okay? All right, for my night people, I'll see you at the Market Center at 9 o'clock. For the rest of you, I would say have a great day, but leaving me is probably the downslope. So, tomorrow morning, big high five.